Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vincent, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you about how can you manage your workload and actually get it done. Just in case you missed the last week's video, I make a video about how can you be productive, about what you can do, either if you're stuck indoors or you can already start to go out and spend some time outdoors. And I show you all those tips that you can apply so you can get more done and you can do your work better. And in that video, I show you all the tips that I have for you that you can apply so you can do your work and get more stuff done. So if you missed that video, I'll link it down in the descriptions below for you to check out after this. So once you get your life more and more productive and now you have a lot of time to do more things and you end up getting more commitments, you will find yourself to be in a situation where you have tons of workloads to do, but you have so little time to work on those things. By having a good system in place, this will prevent you countless of headaches. Either it's to plan out so you can see what you're coming, so you know what work you need to put in every day, and just overall to keep yourself accountable and to make sure that you do finish all your work in a good manner. Tip number 1 is to use color-coded calendar. Color-coded calendar, it's really useful to help you kind of keep track on what you have on that day, that week, even that month. By doing this, you will see what is coming and therefore it's easier for you to plan and to decide what to do. Let's say you know that you have some exams coming up and you have quizzes or even like essays coming up, or you have other work and projects. When you're able to see when it will due and you're able to make a plan, how long do you need to finish them, when you will make it, when you will do all the work, and now it will be easier for you to see when is your leisure time and when you can chill a little. Because by having all of this figured out, now you can just follow it and just enjoy. Color-coded calendar will also help you to prevent like stress and overwhelming, which leads to procrastination because you feel like you have so much to do, and even this feeling and thinking about what do I need to do, it drains out your energy, which end up in that day you don't do and accomplish anything at all. So guys, as you can see, I assign every Tuesday and Friday where I kind of sit down and check in on whatever I have. I believe this 3 to 4 days interval is the best range for me because if I do more than 3 to 4 days, I tend to miss out on those kind of spontaneous thing. But if I do it too fast, there's usually nothing to update. So for me, it's around 3 to 4 days. But find whatever works for you. If you have kind of spontaneous and busy schedule where everything changes every week, you might want to do it more often just because you don't want to miss out anything. And as you can see here, by having a color-coded calendar, I can now just see at a glance what do I have this week. Like last week is a post-midterm, so on the Sunday I don't have as much to do. I kind of relax and chill a little bit. And this week, because it just started again, I don't have that much assignment, so I dedicate more time to YouTube. As you can see, yesterday on the dark color here, I have scripted, make some b-roll, film some video and shoot it again. And today, right now, I'm also shooting this video and editing it later in the evening. And tomorrow, I also have YouTube meeting with some of my friends. So I have some pretty interesting video coming up for you. So make sure to subscribe and the notifications bell up. So it's very clear, but you can see here like what do I have. It's make your life such easier from here. Because now all you need to do is just map out what you have. And once you mapped it out, you can just see what you have and just execute it. So you don't need to spend some time to think about what you have going on that day anymore. And that's also a reason why I don't really have a to-do list where I kind of literally write everything I need to do on that day, because this is basically my to-do list itself. As you can see, my schedule is pretty set. For example, today, right now I'm shooting, and then in the afternoon I need to extend my study permit, and I have a class, and have some marketing meeting in the evening. Like, it's all set here. This is the beauty of my calendar, so I don't need to mess around with any to-do list or any other things anymore. And if you worry that this calendar will end up controlling your life, and if there's something important or something spontaneous came up, you don't really need to stress about it, because what calendar is basically, it's just a draft of how your week's going to be. So if suddenly, let's say in the afternoon, I suddenly have call with my consulate with Indonesia, and then I can just pick it up. For example, I can defer my English class to 4 p.m. let's say. So it's really flexible for you, just for you to know that you can just change it whenever you want. Just make sure that you do finish your work though, so you don't end up procrastinating and your schedule end up looking like this. If you're someone who don't really plan out, you kind of spontaneous person, like I have a few friends who he doesn't really think about what he doing that day, and he just do whatever he feels like it. If that's you, then it's fine if you don't wanna take it to this extreme where you write all the details of what you have. But it will be a good idea to just note anything that quite important. So let's say your class, or maybe some meetings or some appointments that coming in few weeks or few months. Because those kind of things, once we set it, we tend to forget about it. So when you're able to see in your calendar, it's really powerful. Because I cannot tell you how many times there's a situation where I'm kind of seeing what do I have tomorrow, and there's just this thing that I didn't realize before. Because basically it's been planned out for a while and I forgot about it. And when I see it, I'll be like, oh shoot, I actually have this tomorrow. And it's a good thing that I put it in the calendar, because or else am I gonna miss it, and I'm pretty sure I'll forget it. So see what works for you, what suits your personalities, and how do you like. But I do believe that utilizing Google Calendar is really good to just make your life easier by mapping everything out. And it really relieves stress out of me, because I don't need to think about anything anymore, and I've planned out when do I do every assignment, so I basically won't miss any deadlines, and I don't need to think like if I have any deadlines coming or not. Tips number 2 is to have a good morning and nighttime routine. Now I know that a lot of you may think that routine feels so boring, it sounds boring, because you keep on doing the same thing day in, day out. Just like this quarantine, like we're already stuck in this home routine where we wake up, stay in home, and sleep. It's all this kind of repeat stuff that feels so boring. But what you may don't know is that a good routine will save you a lot of time. Because by having a good routine, now you don't need to stress about what to wear, about what to eat even, and you don't need to stress about what to do on that day. You can just wake up, do what you usually do, and start your day. Also in the evening, once you're done with your day, you can just do what your routine do and go to bed. By having a good system of routine in place, it will also make you overall a more efficient person. Because as I considered before, it saves you a lot of things, a lot of headache, a lot of thinking, and it will also make you more overall a well-rounded person, or even a better person, because based on what you instill and what you put in your routine, do that every day and it compounds and it becomes something that you're proud of. For example, if you're instilled, let's say, reading or listening to audiobook in the morning, just imagine how many books that you will read or listen in the course of a year or even months, let's say. Although yes, this kind of healthy and good routines, it's not something that's really easy to be applied and to be instilled to your life. But throughout time, throughout practice and repetitions, you will get the routine and you don't need to think about it anymore. You can just wake up, automatically do what you do, and start your day. If you would like to start your routine, you might ask, what should I do? Let's say when I wake up, and then after all my work, when I'm about to sleep, and then nighttime, what should I do? It really depends on type of person you are, because everybody has a different things to do, have different priorities, and also different personalities. So you really need to know, like, if you're a morning person, if you're evening person, when is the best time to work for you. You really need to just experiment things out, and once in a while get out of your routine, try something new too. So if you want to know and you wonder what my latest morning and nighttime routine is like, make sure to give the video a like and comment down below so I'll know and I will make this kind of video in the future for you. And the third tips that I can give for you is to always bite more than you can chew. See, a lot of people think that you shouldn't bite more than you can chew, because in the end you will have some time that you cannot take it anymore and you end up slacking and get everything done just because it needs to be done instead of you want to be done, and it's basically kind of like a bad result. But if you do follow the 2 tips that I give you earlier, biting more than you can chew, it's not as hard as you thought, because once you get everything under your control and everything's set and you know when is when, it's kind of get easy, because now you don't just throw stuff all the way and you just kind of passing through the time and it's suddenly due already and you haven't written anything, haven't read anything, haven't done anything. By doing all those 2 tips before, it will ensure you that everything will be under your control. But even then, a lot of people might say and think that, oh, I don't have much time, I have a lot of to do, and I already have all these commitments. I don't have that much time to, let's say, go to the gym for exercise, or even do a home body workout, or even to read books or listen to audiobooks and all this kind of self-improvement stuff that's good for us to do. But just if you haven't noticed, we do spend a lot of useless hours scrolling to Instagram, Facebook, watching meme or even like useless video on YouTube. Like, I did it too, like I'm guilty of this too. And this kind of activity, if you're not aware of, it's extremely dangerous because it consumes your time just like that, and couple hours just gone by without you even noticing. If you never know or never check how long you spend, let's say scrolling on Instagram or texting with your friends, you could go to the settings and just check your screen time and check your battery, because usually it shows how long you spend on a certain stuff, and I can assure you, you will be shocked by it. See, the fact that every one of us, we all have the same 24 hours a week, 7 days a week, which means it's 164 days per week. But I'm sure you get the idea that you have just plenty of time to do anything you want, so don't come up with an excuse that you say you're busy or you don't have the time. But something that you need to know though, if you're someone who haven't done a lot of like heavy work, a lot of things, like a lot of this kind of hectic schedule, like maybe during this quarantine, all things that you do is just chilling and watch Netflix or play games, so you haven't encountered this kind of a lot of heavy activities, I would say take it slow. Don't suddenly take a lot of stuff like this hard, like just because I said that you can bite more than you can chew, and then you see the numbers, all these numbers that you have, and you notice that, oh yeah, I have a lot of potential that I can put out because I suddenly free up a lot of time already, and your time schedule is good. But based on my experience, it's not good for your health to just suddenly work this hard if you haven't do it in a while, because based on my experience is, when you just suddenly put in this much hour, yes, you will get it away and get away with it for maybe 2 to 3 days, or even 4 or 5 if you're strong enough. But after that, your body will need a break. It will be so heavy for you when you wake up the next day. So what you feel once that the motivation dies down is, you will feel like you're groggy, you will feel like you're demotivated, you're uninspired, you don't have the drive, and just overall tired and exhausted. So I would really recommend you, for someone and for you who haven't done this and haven't taken a lot of responsibility lately, start small. Start to add 1 more hour to your day. Let's say usually once you've done couple things for maybe 6 hours or 5 hours, assuming, let's say you're scheduled your course and then you've done your homework and that's it, that's all you do in that day. But now you want to just add 1 more hour. Maybe start with reviewing or start with reading. This kind of small activities, in the end it will build up, so it will increase your stamina, increase your energy. Because just like in the gym, if you ever exercise, it's not that when we're a beginner and we just start, there's no way that we hit 5 days of a workout or even up to like 6 days of a workout. We need to start somewhere. We need to start like couple days of a week, maybe 3 days of a week, with a small and light weight, and then we add up until in the end at a point where we can lift what we want and what we expect that we can. But you need to trust the process, and you need to just take it one step at a time. This kind of small things will prevent you from getting burnout and prevent you from getting exhausted and maybe even get into a rut. And for the long term, it will be benefit for you because you will have a more stable stamina. It's also more healthy for you, as I mentioned before, because your body will not react that harsh to it. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you haven't done this a lot of times, just to make sure that you do take it one at a time. Because I don't want in a week and then you come to my video and you commented that, oh yeah, I tried this 3 days and the 4 days I'm done, I'm dead. So yeah, take it one at a time, slowly, chill, you'll get through it.